Welcome. I'm your host, JD Knows, and today what we're going to do is I'm going to do my final thought process over all the phones I've reviewed so far on this channel and give my final definition to all of you to see if you should or shouldn't buy this phone. Alright. So what we're going to do, we're going to first look at my grading scale. I call it the screaming face scale. The screaming face scale. And what we're going to take a look, let's go to the little clip to show you a picture, because I know people work better with visuals. You work better with visuals when you can see something. So let's take a look at it. Alright, so the screaming face scale that I made, alright, if it has one screaming face, don't buy the phone. If it has two screaming face, wait and look around first before you buy the phone. If it has three screaming faces, will get the job done. That means it is a solid phone with a few problems, but it'll get the job done for you, especially if you're on a budget. Number 4 screaming face means almost a great phone, which means it is one of the top flagship phones, but it just missed the mark by a little bit, which means like maybe a few apps didn't run well or something weird about the phone. If you see 5 screaming faces, gotta have that phone. You gotta have that phone. Alright, the first phone we're going to be looking at was the Xiaomi Mix 2S. Alright. On my scale, I gave it 3 screaming faces. Alright. It's a solid built phone. Alright. But let's take a look. So we take a look at the phone. The phone is a really nice phone. Nice display. Moves quick, gesture movements. So if you open an app, it gesture opens and everything you need to do. Yeah, it's got all the gestures and stuff. So it's a good phone. Really good phone. So let's take a look at my review of the Xiaomi Mix 2S. Alright, let's take a look. Alright, so let's take a look at the Xiaomi Mix 2S. I gave it 3 screaming faces. Means you'll get the job done. Alright. So, what's good about it? It has wireless charging, great design, cameras are good, and good specs. What's bad? No micro SD expandable drive on it. Selfie camera placement is at the bottom of the phone, which is kind of weird. And too many useless apps. My final thought, there are better flagship smartphones for around the same price. It's a good mid-tier phone. So one of the biggest thing I had with the Xiaomi Mix 2S was the camera. So the selfie camera is at the very bottom, unlike it usually is at the top. So when we turn on the camera, it looks nice. But when you go to selfie mode, see that? Selfie mode. You're supposed to turn the camera upside down so the button can rotate to the bottom, like this. Alright? So see? Rotate to the bottom so when you take your selfie, because the camera is up here. Alright. But the problem with this is if you have a third-party app, let's say Facebook, Snapchat, I'm going to use TikTok. TikTok on this. Now we take a look at the camera. Here's the camera. So this is normal shooting camera. Right. Selfie. Here's the selfie section. But when we rotate it, the button stays to the top, which is kind of weird because when you're trying to take a picture, your hand gets in the way of the camera. That's why I didn't really like about the Xiaomi third-party apps. It does not rotate. Does not rotate the camera thing back to the bottom. Alright, so like I said, Xiaomi Mix 2S is a good phone. And like I said, the only thing I really didn't like about it was the camera at the bottom. So there we go. Let's go on to the next phone. Alright, so my final thought on the Nokia 8110 4G Reloaded. Alright, the Matrix phone. I know this won't be for everybody. This is for more of us older people who remember the Matrix and just want like a little bit of our youth back and stuff. Me personally, I like using this phone. I like when people come up to me and say, "Hey JD, do you have WeChat?" And I go, "No, I don't have WeChat. I don't think my phone has it." And then I can just keep on moving. Alright, so let's take a look at my final thought for the Nokia 8110 4G. So, the Nokia 8110 4G, I only gave it 2 screaming faces because, I give it more like weight because it's not a phone for everybody. But let's take a look at what's good. The battery lasts long. Good backup phone. It's the Matrix phone, right? What's bad? Not a smartphone. Learn to text old school, which means it's going to take you a while to learn how to text if you have never used it that way. No promise apps. Now, this is what got me. I went to the store in there, and all they had was Twitter. But if you take a look at the pictures, it shows Facebook and all these other apps that will be able to be used on it. But so far, only Twitter is able to be used on the Nokia 8110 4G last time I checked the store. Final thought. It's a good backup phone, but there are some cheap smartphones out there you can use as a backup phone. But if you like the Matrix, I say go get it. And I mean the black one, not the yellow one. You're not carrying a banana in your pocket. Alright, so the Nokia 8110 4G, final thought. If you like the Matrix, go ahead get it. I think everybody should have just a cellular phone in their pocket as a backup to their smartphone because the batteries last longer and you don't have to keep charging them all the time. Alright, that's my final thought on the Nokia 8110. Alright, our next phone is the Nokia X6 or the Nokia 6 Plus, depending on which country it is. But for right now, from what I can tell, I think it's only available in China. It was Nokia's very first all-screen with just a notch phone. If you take a look, it's right here. Right here. Right here. Turn it on. Alright. Hey, look. In my opinion, I like this phone. It's a very great budget phone. It looks nice. Small than most phones now, but still, it's a great phone. Because originally when I got it, that is all the apps that was on it. It did not have a lot of apps on it. All the other stuff were just all the apps I put on. It was easy to install Google on it and stuff. All I needed was a VPN, and then I was able to have no problem installing Google. The Xiaomi Mix S2 was easy too for the most part, but when I first got it, it was a little trouble. I think this is a good all-around budget phone, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. If you're on a budget, I would suggest a Nokia phone as your budget phone. But let's take a look at my review and my final thought on the Nokia X6. Alright, so I gave the Nokia X6 3 screaming faces because it'll get the job done. It'll make all your calls and make all your texting. It'll do all your social media without costing you a lot of money. Alright, so what's good about it? Almost stock Android. For the most part, it's almost stock Android. It doesn't have a whole bunch of fluffware and extra apps in it. Easy to install Google. It's a solid built phone. Plus, it has a micro SD slot so you can expand it. What's bad about it? Well, no wireless charging. So it depends if you like wireless charging. You're not going to get it with this phone. A little slow with games, especially high-power games like Fortnite and stuff like that, or G-Pug. Did overheat. One time the phone did overheat on me and it turned off because it was too hot. But it only happened one time, so I'm assuming maybe it was just a plug-in or a fault with the plugins or something. Alright, my final thought. It's a great budget phone. If you don't have a lot of money, then I would say buy a Nokia as your smartphone. Alright. There we go. That's my final thought. Nokia X6. Alright, so the Nokia X6, a really good value for a budget phone. Alright. I know not everybody has a lot of money. Your boy JD. I don't have a lot of money. Half the time when I do these reviews, I gotta save my money to buy some of these phones for you. But this, I'm giving it the JD best budget phone right now. Alright, I like this phone. I still use it right now. Alright, the Nokia X6. Nokia might be making a comeback. We'll see. Alright, the final phone is the Vivo Nex. Remember, this is the Vivo Nex A, the one I got. I didn't get the one with the fingerprint on the front and the extra stuff, but I got the Vivo Nex A. So my final thought about this phone, the Vivo Nex A, it's a pretty solid phone, right? Yes, it has some extra apps that I'll probably never use and stuff, but I did find it easy to install Google and stuff, so I have my whole Google app stuff already on it and stuff. So, but overall, it's a very nice phone. Right? They give you a wonderful case. The cameras are very good. Plus, you know, how can you not like the pop-up camera? Right? The pop-up camera is great. It's the only problem, now I'm going to tell you in a minute when we do our final thought on the Vivo Nex, is Jovi. Right? Jovi is basically like how Bixby is to Samsung. It's pretty much useless. Right? I'll give you my final thought on it. So let's take a look at the final thought for the Vivo Nex A. Alright, so the Vivo Nex, alright, what's good about it? Well, great cameras. Love the pop-up selfie. It's a full screen-to-screen body ratio, pretty much. Battery life is good. Fast charging. It has this dual engine charging. When you plug it in, it'll say dual engine charging. Alright, which means it charges quickly. Since I had like at 50% once, next thing I knew I looked at it was at 100% right away. The downfall with the Vivo Nex. No wireless charging. Jovi, their assistance for the phone, only speaks Chinese. I've tried many different ways to change it, but nope, only speaks Chinese. Can't use Nova Launcher unless you sign up with Vivo's account, which you can't do unless you have a Chinese phone number. So if you get it in America or any other country, you're gonna have trouble putting a launcher on it. But you know, if you be diligent enough, you can probably find a way to eventually put a Nova launcher or any other launcher you want on it. No micro SD card expansion. So whatever memory you get on it is what you're going to be getting. My final thought. It's a solid flagship phone from Vivo. It has great specs in the phone, and the display looks great. The pop-out selfie camera works well, and it's different. It's a different phone that most people will never have. That's why I gave it 4 screaming faces. Alright. It was almost the perfect phone to have. Almost. But Jovi and no micro SD card kind of got it for me. Alright. That's my final thought on the Vivo Nex. Alright, so that was my final thought on the Vivo Nex. Like I said, the Jovi thing has a little assistant button here on the side. When you hit it, Jovi comes in. Hey Jovi, how's the weather? Jovi, what day is it? Other than Jovi, like, it's a good phone and stuff. Like I said, me personally, I just use Google Assistance on it, and it works fine now. So I just basically have a button that I never use on the phone. Alright, so like I said, this is an almost perfect phone. Just need to add a little bit more languages to Jovi, and then it'll be right up there. It's fast, it's quick. I've been using it for 2 weeks, and I had no problem with it. Plays great with games. I've been playing South Park Phone Destroyer, Yu-Gi-Oh! So far, pretty damn good phone. Alright, so I hope you enjoy this video of my thought. Remember, it's just all my opinion. Like I said, the Vivo Nex, the Xiaomi Mix, all really good phones. You know, most phones are pretty good. Unless you get the phones that are like $50, most phones that's over at least $100 it's gonna get the job done. All right. These two phones, I know a lot of people might not, but headphone jack in the Vivo, no headphone jack in the Xiaomi. Nokia, headphone jack. So people, I know everybody likes a headphone jack. Hey, this guy's a headphone jack too. So like I said, it's my opinion about these phones, and I hope it helps you decide if you want or don't want to buy these phones. Alright, so this is JD Knows. Hope I see you next time on my videos. Alright, catch you later. Thank you for watching Knoles Cool Stuff. Remember, hit the subscribe button if you like what you saw. Hit the like button if you like that particular video. And always ring that bell if you want to know when there's going to be some more Knoles Cool Stuff. This is your host, JD Knows. I hope to see you next time.